I spent a lot of time talking with Reformed guys and Calvinists and even Lutherans and people that I would consider Protestant evangelical brethren. Many IPs might not agree with me there, but the point is I do talk a lot with these guys. And what's funny is that almost the most common answer I get to how did you become a Christian, believe it or not, is some influence of the IFB, either a soul winning or some type of evangelistic event. A lot of these guys get won by us, but what happens? They leave because they get fed up with the very shallow theology. So what do they end up doing? They end up joining the Reformed tradition or some other type of classical Protestant tradition. And so what ends up happening is we win them all, but they leave us. They don't stay with us. I think part of the problem, now that probably wasn't the case back in the 70s and 80s. Maybe most of them would have stayed in the IFB. The problem is today there's just too much information out there. There's too much information on the internet. So when some IFB preacher says something crazy and you find out just by a quick glance at, a Google search or something, you realize he doesn't know what he's talking about. Of course, that's a turnoff. And so a lot of these young guys, they're getting won by the IFB still by our evangelistic zeal, thank God. But at the same time, we're not keeping them. And that's why, in general, the IFB is a very old movement. I think we can all agree. This is one of the redeeming qualities of the new IFBs, that they're able to recruit young people, but then they just end up becoming nutcases in my theological nutcases in my estimation. But in general, the IFB is a dying movement because of this very thing. Because young people actually want to know theology. They want to be rooted in history. They want to know these things.